Good morning. My name is Marianne Miller, and I am a Holocaust survivor. I was born into the Holocaust. I was just a baby, but I can still say in first name, I have been there. It didn't happen in the dark Middle Ages. It happened only 80 years ago. 1944, Budapest. A long march of mothers with their babies in their arms in a freezing cold night in December. My mother is in this march with me in her arms. And then she did something with a sudden movement. She tore off the yellow star, ran out of the line, and found a shelter under a gate. She saw that nobody had seen her, but a young Nazi ran after her, pointed his gun at her chest. Did you run out of the line? This march was meant to be the railway station, destination Auschwitz. Now I am going to kill your baby, and then you will join the line again. There was no point to ask for mercy. These people didn't have one cell of humanity left in them. All my mother had was a gold wedding ring, so thin it had no value. They didn't take it away from her. She said, with fire in her eyes, like she wanted to hypnotize this young Nazi, "Look, you can have all the jewelry in the world, diamond, gold, silver, but you murder people and take them away. Take this ring. It is shining. It is for the life of a mother and her baby. Take it. You will need it. The day of judgment will come. You will be asked, where did you get all this jewelry, diamond, gold, and you will have to answer, I murdered people and took them away. Take this ring. It is shining. There is no blood on this ring, only blessing. Take it. Nobody saw me, only you. Take the thing." The young Nazi was turning the ring around his fingers. Maybe that in that moment, he was attached to the one cell of humanity and mercy. And in that moment, my mother ran away with me in the darkness. He didn't run after her. She went through many, many things like that. I was crying when I was afraid of the bombs flying around me. And then she told me, don't be afraid of bombs. Bombs have soul. They don't kill children. And in these days, it was true. Bombs had more soul than human beings. One day, this is the only episode I just would say, she had to cross a bridge. And if a single woman crossed this bridge, she would be asked for certificates, which she didn't have. This would mean to kill her right on the spot. She was standing 3 hours to wait, to look for good eyes. 3 hours she had to wait. And then she met someone she thought she found the good eyes. She asked him, may I put my arm in yours and cross the bridge with my child? And the man with the good eyes said, put your arm in mine. They crossed the bridge, shot into the Danube. My mother always said, the Danube, everybody says so nice and blue. For me, it is red. from the blood of my sister. I lost my husband 2 months ago. He was also a holiday victim. He was born in Czechoslovakia. He and his parents were taken to the camp of Theresienstadt. He was there from the age of 4 till the age of 8. His father was taken to Auschwitz. His baby brother was born there. And when liberation came, 10,000 children were in Theresienstadt. From the 10,000, only 100 stayed alive. 2 of them were my husband and his brother. And at the age of 8, he had to become a little father to his brother. Last April, I was deeply honored. I was chosen to open the March of Life in Auschwitz. I went there with my children and grandchildren. I was deeply shocked. I couldn't sleep for weeks to see there the mountains of shoes, the mountains of human hair, the mountains of eyeglasses. 6 million people. I don't need to say one more word, no story, just 6 million people that were brutally tortured, beaten up, killed, just because they were Jewish, just because they were born Jewish. All of them and each of them had a life. Each of them had a family. Each of them had a story. Each of them had a dream. I couldn't sleep for weeks because I never forgot these pictures of the mountains of shoes, eyeglasses, of hair that became from people. I came here accompanied by my 4 children and my grandchildren. For me, this is my personal answer to Hitler. I lost my father at relevantly young because he got an illness in Bergen-Belsen, but my mother stayed with us. The heroine helped me to raise my children, and when she died, we were all around her, and I felt that God sent a beautiful carriage in the colors of pink, white, blue, and silver, with 6 white horses that they took her to heaven. And she's there to guard us because mothers don't leave. They just change address. And I want to say a message to the world. I came here with a long flight to represent the 6 million people that they don't have a voice and don't have a life. And also, I may represent a very weak sector of society. They are getting sicker, more ill, more weak. The remaining Holocaust survivors that are dying out day by day. And I again say, the most horrible thing in the Holocaust is that it didn't happen in the Middle Ages, but happened only 8 years ago, and people are still alive to tell and witness the story was true. This unbelievable story was true. I have a message, and that's why I came. I want to tell the world that God has created mankind not to hate, but to love. Rule the world with love and not hate. Hatred is terrible. And find the goodness, find the good eyes. You can always change the world for a better one. And I want to ask forgiveness of the 6 million that can't be here, and remember all of us that this thing should never, never happen again, because God didn't create us to hate. Mankind has been given only a few decades, a few times 10 years to live. Don't waste it on hatred. Help other people, if I may say to the world with good eyes and good heart, who have heart and children, help us to bring our hostages back. Please do it. And I want to thank from the bottom of my heart, from my deepest thanks, to the ambassador to the United States, our ambassador, Mr. Donny Danon, that made all the efforts of my being here possible today. And I want to express all my love and gratitude to our beloved president, Mr. Isaac Herzog, and the First Lady, his wonderful wife. And may I say a personal note, my mother helped to raise my children, and they loved her so much that she lived as a queen, not economically, but in the love she got. My son has become a very famous comedian and film producer. And just now, he made a movie to the memory of his grandmother, and the movie is called The Ring, also the memory to remind the people the Holocaust. And the end of the movie ends, he as a child embraces his grandmother, and it says, "To the memory of my beloved grandmother, Mrs. Violetta Nobel." And here I want to tell you, thanks to the United Nations and its secretary, thanks to you that you remember and keep this day so holy every day, every year, the liberation of the camp of Auschwitz, November 27. Thank you so much to be here and to listen to me. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.